Welcome to the Loyal Family LF podcast, where we the most illest, most realest podcast alive. I'm your host, J Ham LF. I'm with my co-host.
I've been real all my life, they confuse it with conceit. The greatest nigga living will never taste defeat. Greatness defined so happens to be me. I just happen to see what greatness can be. Call me Neo, because I am the one. If you hating on me now, you was a fan of me once. I envisioned this. This was never luck. I got what I wanted and I didn't ask for much. Transforming to the new me like Megatron. This here is not a race, it is a marathon. Right now I'm regular. When you see me, I'm a boss don. Like my nigga V, I'm a millionaire on the front line. What is good, everybody? It is I, your guy, Mr. Blackberry the chef, aka Mr. Blackberry the Great, aka Jehovah Barry, aka the most melanated one. What is good, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Yo, what's good? And we also got a special guest in the building, Loyal Family LF podcast alumni. About my boy, third time being here. One of the first people we interviewed. You mind introducing yourself?
My name is Basir.
Yeah, we got Brother Basir back. Before we start, getting into anything, we want to shout out our sponsors. Frontline Millionaires, where you get your Frontline Millionaires gear at www.frontlinemillionaires.shop.
Also sponsored by I'm Different and It's Okay by Stephanie_Kia 684 on Instagram. Just click the link in the bio.
Yo, so what's good, man? How y'all brother feeling today?
Feeling good. Smoking on this gas. What we smoking on today?
We got some unicorn piss, and we got some banana milk, all gas. You feel me? We just getting high today, but we kicking it with my brother Bashir, man. It's the first time he actually inside the studio. You know what I mean? So we moving on up, and I just wanted to bring the brother back because every time he come here, he spread a little knowledge and give the people a little bit of himself, and we just want to appreciate you for coming back and joining us on this LF podcast. Well, shout out to you. Well,
Appreciative of that, brother. I'm appreciative of that.
but before we get started, well, let me know where you get that fresh hoodie from. I'm feeling that hoodie. Explain to the people what what that hoodie mean to you.
Well, this hoodie I got from a random vendor out in Queens, and I saw a few labels at Nichols, a good place to go to get your knowledge over there by Restorations.
Mhm.
Good sister owns the place. I got a pretty good rapport with them, so they had a few of the little labels, and I said, you know what? Hey, this is me. This is me expressing who I am. So let me go ahead and have this sewn on for me.
All right. So what do it actually mean? Like the symbols and the colors for people that don't know.
Well, I'm really getting into the concept of the but the basics, is life. Man, woman, child. It's the womb of the woman. It's the organ of the male. It's a reminder that we're human and that we come from the woman. And without the man, there'll be no woman. Without the woman, there'll be no man. So it's a constant reminder of it. But I'm still fairly new at it, figuring it out. It's one thing to wear it, but it's another thing to truly understand what you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had the stripes, the red, black, and green stripes. It's me saying that I'm a soldier for the people, for my people. I believe in autonomy. I mean, it's not hate just to want your own.
Yeah.
But the red represents the blood of the people that sacrifice for that come from Africa. The black represents the people. You understand? The carbon and everything that we come from. And the green is the richness of Africa, the richness of the land.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a constant reminder every time I put it on. That's where my ancestors come from. Whatever religion you believe in, you come from Africa. If you black, we from everywhere. We conquered many places. The Moors. I mean, it's so much knowledge on what they had a hand in. Certain things were forced upon us, but initially we were the rulers. So it makes you think, where did we go wrong?
That's a fact.
Definitely. Like, I feel like all this land is ours. We was everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, we built a lot of it. Definitely.
We were the backbone. We are the foundation. You feel me?
Well, man, but let me just know, like, what you feel about this vaccine going on, man. Shout out to everybody that's going through COVID, man. It's like a new wave of that. I just want everybody, whoever going through that, to get better.
That's a fact.
Hopefully,
Definitely.
you know what I mean? We can stay strong and keep the fight alive. But what you think about this new vaccine mandate in New York, where they telling people if you're not vaccinated, you can't work and you can't do certain things?
Honestly, I'm in between the middle of it. Just studying what it is and studying what they're doing with it are two totally different things. So it's just like, politically, I want us to be healthy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But morally, you know, I don't believe in taking it because it is a virus, and you know they're putting it in our body, and they got it out at such a rapid rate. It's not, you know, it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck is going on here, you know? And then you start to notice certain things. You start noticing that people become slaves to it. So, I mean, I see the result. I see how it separates us. It's destroyed our economy. It's destroyed the black neighborhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot, man. You know, and you got to do a lot of soul searching for this, because one thing this thing is showing us is that we human.
Mm-hmm.
And that we die every day.
Facts.
I mean, it's been going on for years, centuries. I've been on this planet, almost 33 years now, right? You hear about death every day. But the way that it's happening is what matters. Because people's spirits and people's souls and their words and everything are being cut short because of something that this government wants to impose on us. I mean, you got to pay attention to the facts. What's going on? You know, they're forcing a mandate on people to take a vaccine that people are afraid of. It hasn't been out a year yet. You know, and there's reports of people dying from it, having issues. Some people may not have them now because they're fairly healthy, or depending on how good their health insurance is.
Mm-hmm.
And the immune system, too.
Yep.
Definitely. I feel you. I mean, moving on, because we ain't going to get too much on the vaccine and all that, because it's a crazy issue, you know what I mean? But let's know what's good, what's new, what you been going through. I mean, how's life been treating you, you know what I mean, since the last time we spoke?
I mean, honestly, the only thing I can say as a man, a black male in America, it's hard, especially when you have a conscience. I mean, on one hand, you want to respect the sisters and show them love and admiration, treat them like a flower. And on the other hand, you're like, man, what the fuck is going on out here?
Yeah.
You know, you got to be careful of who you lay with. You know, because one thing this thing has really done was pull us apart and make us think that it's okay to do shit. You know, that's morally wrong. Big Mom and all of them didn't believe in that. They had morals, they had values, you know. And considering the type of family that I come from, you know, one of the realest women I ever known in my later years of my life is my cousin. If I can say her name, Santina. You know, I watch her, I had to go out with my other cousin, and I see those are women. I watch my cousin Dondra, I see them strive. They have dignity and respect. So that's where I'm at, is understanding our women. And in the latter years of our life, we're going to have the knowledge to be able to teach the next generation. So it's like right now, it's about us building and figuring out where we go wrong, what we need to fix, because there's a real problem in our communities, and it's because we don't love each other enough.
Facts.
You know?
You know what? I've been watching like the Messiah with what's his name? Judas and the Messiah.
Yeah.
And just looking at how strong the movement was, or how strong like black pride and black unity was at that time, and then they started killing off the leaders. And then like the crack era happened, and like boom, a lost generation.
But you know why? You know why that came about, right? Because we always had infiltrators. We always had people that was working with them against us. And we never could, you know what I mean, move beyond that. Because we got our own, we got to watch our own people. We got a problem. It's like we already got a problem with they trying to destroy us. They want to lock us up. They want to kill us. Now, when you got your own people doing it, it's like you don't really know who to trust. You can't trust nobody because everybody out against you. And that just is it's fucked up how it is, but it's real. And that's just something that people need to understand, definitely. But yeah, just think about Judas and the Messiah. Like I studied Fred Hampton, and he was real. He was a legend. And he wasn't even that old, you feel me? He was, you know what I mean? But
he was like 28, right?
21.
But he stood up.
Oh no, he was like 21.
He stood up at a time where his people needed him, and all of his leaders, or most of them, was locked up in jail.
Yeah.
So he had to come, and he coming out of Chicago. That's why people always say, "Oh, this about Chicago." But we gotta respect Chicago, because Chicago always held it down for us as a people.
That's
it's just
a fact.
that they let the gangs and all this other stuff infiltrate us to go against each other, which I feel like the gangs, they wasn't even built on that. The gangs was built on black unity, but we let the police infiltrate it and turn it into something else. And I just feel like if we could change that and become more unified, I'm talking about all the gangs.
Man.
It'd be a different world. You know what I mean?
Man, we control everything.
Yeah, but they won't let that happen because there's always gonna be one that's going to infiltrate. Look what happened to Malcolm. Malcolm was up there doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
Then what happened? People infiltrated. You know how many agents was in his own crew? That, you know what I mean? Niggas was watching him every day, reporting back. That shit is just real. But
even watching like the Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah, definitely.
Watching that shit and how it was unfolding. And they had Bumpy Johnson's daughter was supposed to be spying on Malcolm X and shit, and that shit is crazy. Just like damn, why?
Because that's just how it is, man. But
shit got to change.
Yeah, man.
Definitely do.
Definitely need to make change. Real talk. But yeah, shout out to Fred Hampton. Rest in peace.
Definitely rest in peace, Fred Hampton.
Word. But yeah, man. So we just chilling, man. I'm just thinking like, well, what y'all really think about that? Like, if the gangs really was to unite and not be having no beef, like squash everything they had, forget everybody that was killed, suck all that up, and just be like, you know what? We fighting a bigger cause and we gotta make it happen. Let's get to this money. I think it'll be a different world out here.
It'll be different.
What you think about that, Basir?
Honestly, from a personal perspective, I done been through a lot of doors, and saw a lot of shit. And one thing it's taught me is that we do have to get it together. We do. We do have to figure out where the problems lie. You know, and sometimes telling the truth, even amongst your people, can get you hated. Because the only way that we're going to fix this thing is by being honest with ourselves. A lot of times we don't want to believe, you know, that, yo, that motherfucker wrong. That motherfucker over there, such and such, such and such. We need to check that. That's how it starts. But someone like me, you know, I don't look like a gangster. I don't want to be one. But I'm for my people.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you is I put my life on the line. You know, I've seen some shit that like, oh, man, you need to stop. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Because it lets me know that I'm doing something right. There's nothing you can say and nothing you can do that the Almighty didn't ordain for me to do.
Facts.
And the thing is, you never know who your allies are, you never know who your enemies are. But the thing is to let people be who they're going to be. Mm-hmm. I had to learn that because I figured I was trying to control dynamic, trying to control how certain people move and interrogating them and shit. Because it's like, yo, I know what I want to do, but I need to make sure that you ain't this motherfucker that's going to put a wrench in my whatever it is that I'm working on. So you figure it out. You start putting two and two together. You start to pay more attention. That's what this has taught me about us being together. We ain't really paying attention. We paying attention to the small things, to the local. You understand? But we ain't paying attention to federal and government and all that. Mm-hmm. And the ones that are moving a certain type of way. You're not watching them. They falling back. They building lives because they're getting wiser to what's going on. It's about trying to throw us in a system that we had never had no part of. The only reason why we're a part of this system is because we continue to play.
Yeah.
if you start playing by their rules and all those different things, yeah, you're gonna have casualties. That's what police, jail. You're gonna see who everyone is. Through chaos, you find out who motherfuckers are. You're gonna find out who your allies are, find out who your enemies are. There's been some motherfuckers I can't stand, but I know when this shit hit the fan, I was there. First nigga on the scene, you know what I'm saying? Watching shit.
Frontline millionaires.
You understand?
It's a fact.
I keep away from shit. I always try to stay sharp. You know what I mean? I like to watch and pay attention to shit. So niggas be like, yo, that's a weird fad shit, bro. I read, nigga. I understand and I watch. I don't just read books, I read people. I practice that shit every day. Like it's a Bible, because at the end of the day, you've been burned enough in life, you're gonna learn. Yeah, that's hot over there. Let me not go there. Ha.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers gonna view you any type of way, cause nah, bro, you cool. I ain't feeling that energy right now. Let me pay attention to this, because it's a reason. You always got people, like you stated, that hate on each other in the group. Motherfuckers don't like when you shine. And that's the sad part about us. Us.
Yeah.
We don't want to see each other grow, because we feel like this person's doing mightier than the next. And it's just like, nah, that ain't it. Something is off, but something needs to be said. Because if you're paying attention to how rapid some things are going and how slowly some other things are going, it lets you know who's funding what, how much organized they are. You understand? Because everybody got crime under their belt. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. Everybody done did something criminal in their life, whether it be misdemeanor or whatever. Nobody's perfect.
That's a fact.
But if you really against the system and you talking about helping the people, it shouldn't be that easy for you to access shit. You got to turn to your people more. You're not turning to your people unless it's a crazy time. And then what that puts in our mind is to separate here, because it's beautiful over here, the grass is green over here, or stay over here in the struggle where people getting hurt and getting killed and not contribute to helping fight this system. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna talk your head off.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Like I always tell you, bro, this your interview, man.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Because I was looking into something, and they talk about like getting your straw man. Do you know much about that?
Straw man?
Yeah. Like where you buy the rights to your birth certificate or something like that, because your birth certificate is like a bond to the state, and you could buy your name, your rights to your, like.
I mean, I haven't read up on it, so so don't quote me. But I heard Jay did it. Jay-Z, he bought the rights to himself. You understand? Like, he's free.
Yeah, I heard it's only like $20.
Yo, think about it. When you hear the word billionaire, right, and you think of Jay-Z, you think about a line that was crossed, don't you? Every time you think about that nigga crossed some kind of line.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's free. Whereas all of us are under it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because what he did, he's the GOAT.
You understand? He figured it out. That dude broke out of the system alone, and he got away from motherfuckers that didn't make no sense to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not saying that what they were saying was wrong, but he chose a side, he chose another.
Yeah.
And they both strong.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for you and your family, no matter what it is.
Exactly.
And
just
think
think about
the best decision for you and your family. That's what you gotta do.
Just think about like the title deal, like how he just looked out for mad other people.
Yeah, because that's what he.
Oh, if you put $1 million in this, I'm telling you, the returns, they all got like 32 something. They got like a whole shit ton of money from just off $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that like T.I., Rihanna, Kanye, Beyonce, like they all put money into the getting title. And then they sold it.
You watched the last Kanye interview on Drink Champs, or you ain't watch it?
I seen something. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, Kanye.
Yeah, he's naturally funny without even being funny. So
that's a fact.
He just, and the thing is, it's so real. Like, at least he speaks his mind, but he got the money to back it up.
Yeah.
They forget Kanye from Chi-Town.
Yeah.
You understand? And he had a black mother. So he ain't survive out there without no black mother. His black mother wasn't no sissy, because let me tell you something, he was strong when she was around.
Yeah.
He was strong. Ain't none of that bullshit was happening. His brother was cultured. You understand? He was understandable. But once she passed on, man, you understand? They burned the books. They burned the books.
Well, what you think about him saying that he don't like he live like basically in like a backpack. He don't have like a house. Like he don't believe in like having somewhere to stay. Like when he goes somewhere, he moved. He got people that he made millionaire friends where he don't have to have a crib, basically. Like, what you feel about that?
Oh man, he's a mad scientist. Because he's playing chess. He's understanding the board. You understand why? Who doesn't want to be in the company of Kanye? Kanye going everywhere and learning. But not only that, you got to realize Kanye is sad. And if you look at it, that shit could be suicidal, whatever. Not saying he is, but he probably got people that love him that will really want him to be around. So they look out. And Kim, regardless of what you want to say about her, she held it down for him, and she's a real wife. You understand? She's a real. We don't know what went on, but she was willing to do anything for that motherfucker.
I respect her. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? Whatever she doing, but I respect her. I ain't gonna front.
She held it down for her family. You understand? I used to think in young times, oh, that's such and such. But now you older, you understand sacrifice. You understand? Just sex is just like life, because it builds life, it creates life, gives perspective.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of motherfuckers out here that took that shit and made something else.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, but basically Kim held it down. She looked out for the family. Yeah. And, I feel Kanye needed that. And they know that. They understand the psychology of this motherfucker.
That's a fact. Definitely. What you think about him offering to give Beanie Siegel $50 million and 5% of Yeezy for giving him the name Yeezy?
If Beanie accepted, Beanie know there's contingencies with that shit.
Might not, nah. I think, honestly, I don't believe that, because I feel like Kanye at a point in his life where he could just do that and just do that. Like, he's a fucking,
he got so much money, he don't.
Billionaire.
You could just give it away.
Ain't no
and then give it away to somebody.
But if you think about it, right? Beans it was probably talks. Kanye was probably using reverse psychology.
No.
Just let me think. Just let me build speculation.
Go ahead.
He could have been like, yo, he heard through the grapevine, because he still got people in Philly that tell him shit. He know how all his people doing. So he probably heard through the grapevine that Beans was like, yeah, I gave him that name. No,
that's not true. Beans ain't say nothing about it. Never said nothing about it. Beans actually said when he said it, Beans actually said, like, he could help him, he could make some money with him. Like, he ain't got to give him no money, but Kanye feel like he had to do that because that's something that, you know what I mean, that he had to do. That was Kanye. Beans wasn't looking for Kanye for nothing, you feel me? Real talk. So I feel like Kanye at a place where he's at he to me, people might look at him as though he's crazy or this and that, but he's at a place in his life where he could just do shit and just, you know what I mean, like, fuck it. Yeah, $50 million to me is a shitload of money, but because I never had it, I never seen that kind of money. But for him, he done ran through that kind of money, so you know what, you know what I mean? He know what it's hitting for. For him to do that, I respect it, because everything Beans went through as a man, from being shot, you know what I mean, being one of the hottest niggas on Rockefeller, to not, you know what I mean, I feel like he just ain't get his just due, because to me, Beans one of the nicest niggas I ever heard rap.
Beans in my top 5.
In life, you feel me?
Beans is definitely in my top 5. That line, the one line he said in his first album, what I want in my life, I want for my brother. Know what I want for my wife, I want for my mother. There's no question of what I would do for my squad. Really? Ask yourself. Yo, that was my shit.
Yeah, shout out to Beans Free.
That shit is loyalty wrapped all in one.
Yeah, but that was just perspective. I'm not saying that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
With Kanye and all that. But you just gotta look at things from both sides of the coin, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of shit that go on that we don't know about, and because we don't ask questions, and we don't look at shit like from a different way. Like, yeah, what if it was because of this? Because 9 times out of 10, you be pretty much fast to beat motherfuckers to the punchline, knowing what's gonna happen around you.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Big Sean?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Big Sean. Man. Come on.
Kanye on Drink Champ said that Big Sean. He said the worst thing he ever did was sign Big Sean. What you got to say about that?
He signed him.
No, he said that's the worst thing he ever did, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, he signed him.
Yo, listen. That was most craziest shit to me Kanye ever said, because honestly, Big Sean probably the best artist he had over there at Good Music.
That's a fact.
Now, whatever politically, issues they got, you feel me? That's real shit. Kanye fell away, but at the end of the day, niggas can't deny Big Sean being a great artist. You feel me?
I think he's dope.
Yeah.
I think the brother's dope. He got talent. He got flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know him when you hear
Detroit.
him.
Shout
You
out
know him when you
shout out to the fucking Detroit.
You know yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know that tone that he got?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So he understood the jazz, because that brother's jazz. If you look at him, he's jazz style. That motherfucker jazz style. He got some real style about him.
Mm-hmm.
But the brother was signed.
5 albums.
You understand?
Only one to put 5 albums out.
Him and Kanye, they doing what they do. Sean, now I'm not saying I know anything about his financial history. Should have been building. Because you never know in this business. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Oh,
he
no,
got
he's good. He's straight.
He good.
He's straight. He not. He's straight. Trust
See,
me.
this is why I don't know everything, nigga.
No, I know. I'm just asking questions, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just like, come on.
I just wanted to know, you know what I mean, what you feel about it. That's all. It ain't nothing too crazy.
You know, but at the end of the day, they brothers.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't air their grievances out in the front of the world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. I feel like that's for a lot of people, and that's just a problem. That's something that we as a people we just need to work on in general, expressing ourselves in front of the world and having that talk with your brother or whoever, and you know what I mean, just making it a way so where it don't have to be always chaos or beef. You know what I mean? Because none of us don't need none of that. That's why I was feeling with Kanye when he was talking about Drake, and he was like, yeah, we could go on records and talk all the shit we want, but they talking about, oh, Drake talking about he gonna kill you. No, you not. You feel me?
Who said that?
Kanye. He said, no, you not. He said, because at the end of the day, them niggas is millionaires. Them niggas ain't thinking about killing, you know what I mean? But,
Word.
like, what you think about a lot of these rappers, though, that's, you know what I mean, getting killed? Rest in peace, Young Dolph. He was the latest one. You know what I mean? What you think about...
There's another brother just got stabbed, Drakeo.
Yeah, Drakeo. And I listened to Drakeo, the ruler. He got that shit flute flaming, nigga. Flute flaming, nigga. Niggas ain't me. I've been playing that shit, man.
Honestly, you never know. But it sounds like I said, they closing the books.
Mm-hmm.
Closing the books is like saying, you know, they getting rid of everything that can harm them. You understand? They returning on their investments. That's how it look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And depending on what record company they come from, nigga, you better start looking at that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because it's millions of dollars in hands that's going through those hands, and they gotta understand what that shows us is that we ain't really free. This nigga about to buy his freedom. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas about to buy their freedom. They understand that it was the slave masters. They started to think different.
Mm-hmm.
They started to think more about their people.
That's why I respect my man Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, my man Nipsey Hussle.
So you get what I'm saying? They started to understand.
He said, "I'd be damned if I slave for some white crackers." That was a real ball.
You understand what I'm saying? You got to think about that. These brothers got consciousness. And if you hear the old school, the OGs out there in the West Coast, them brothers is very intelligent.
Yeah.
Yo, I listen to them all the time. I'm like, yo, I be learning a thing or two from them.
Mm-hmm. You got to, man. Got to learn things from everybody. No matter what, every person in this world could teach you something. No matter what it is. That's real shit. And people just got to take that in. Because tomorrow ain't promising nobody. You feel me? We all here, you know what I mean? God put us here to, you know what I mean, do whatever we do. But at the end of the day, it ain't promising nobody. So you gotta live your life. You gotta enjoy people that's around you, that's comfortable, that make you feel comfortable. And not be around people that want to bring you chaos or harm. People that want to build, you feel me? And that's what a lot of us need to do in this world. And I think we'll be better off as a people if, you know what I mean, we could do that. You real talk. Like, we need to come together and not go against each other. We ain't always got to argue and fight about everything. It could be a conversation. You got to have a conversation without arguing. Just because you got two different point of views don't mean it's an argument. It just means it's a conversation.
Mm.
You feel me? It don't always have to be negative. And sometimes a lot of us, we need to learn how to turn negatives into positives, because a lot of people, they like to be negative because they going through whatever they going through. They miserable. But we as a people, we got to learn to not use that being miserable or depressed and trying to make other people's lives miserable because that's how we feel. You gotta learn how to take how you feel and embrace that and find out who you are and what you want to do in life, and then go from there. You can't try to make other people's life miserable. People out here killing each other, nigga a millionaire, rich nigga. Fuck you want to kill him for? He done killed your people. What he done did in these streets that niggas just want to take a nigga life, you feel me?
It's a mental thing,
You can't
bro.
tell me a nigga said some shit on no record, you feel me? But we don't know, man. This world is
It's a mental thing. Like, we suffering from years and years of depression and hurt and mad other shit that we never, like, dealt with. You know what I mean? So, like, it's all a mental thing. You got to get in your head. You got to realize that you in control of you. You in control of your body. You control your mind. You control what you think. And what you do today is what you could build for tomorrow.
That's a fact, man. We gotta build a better future.
Just take a step. One step, you take a step. Next day, you may not feel like taking that next step. You can chill on that step for a little bit, but remember, you gotta take that next step. And it's all about just working to get higher and higher, but being who you are and staying true to your foundation. Like, I sent a text out to all my peoples, and I was like, your foundation is already built. You are who you are. It's time to start building that house.
That's a fact.
How many stories you want to have?
Real talk.
Where do you want to be?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, you know, that's a dream for some. And the only thing people have are their dreams. And you know, when you see the reality of what goes on when you step out and do your thing, the sacrifices and the people that you gotta lose, a lot of times people just want to dream, you know, because they feel as if they're not hurting someone's feelings. Because to step on and move on to something greater is fearful for them because they don't know anything else. You know, so some people can only dream. But the reality of it is what you said is very real.
But I feel like, me personally, I feel like sometimes you can make your dreams into reality because if you got a mindset and you got a goal, if you stay focused, like write whatever you got going on, whatever you want to do, write it down. You know what I mean? Memorize it. Make sure you do something every day to make a piece of that puzzle. You feel me? I feel like you can make your dreams a reality, but
Make a schedule.
If you think it's just gonna come to you or it's just gonna happen, that's where you're gonna get the game fucked up. You gotta go out and get it. Whatever you want, you gotta go out and get it, because it's not gonna just come to you. You feel me? Nothing's just gonna come to you like that. You feel me? You gotta put some for effort into getting it. So if you got a dream and this is something that you really want to do and you really want to achieve, you got to go out and get it. You got to stay focused. You got to say, fuck it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate myself to making sure that this shit happen.
Yeah.
And you got to just take the steps to, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying you got to jump out the window and do this or that, but take baby steps. You know what I mean? Just learn. You know what I mean? We definitely, a lot of people dreaming and thinking that, you know what I mean? It was all a dream, but sometimes we can make our dreams a reality, you feel me?
I'm just looking at, not to cut nobody off, but I'm just looking at like how my kids are growing up and how they're becoming human beings based on the shit that I used to think. And I see the potential of what they have with how I think now. Know what I mean? I'm like, if you just think differently and you just, like, how am I trying to put this? Like, the way we think is like ass backwards. I feel like we look too much into, oh, this nigga's bad, shit about to happen. But like you said, you keep your intuition going. You know you know what's going on. But you got to start avoiding places like that. Like, not going different places. I'm not saying like run away from your people, because you still could be in the street, still be in your herd. You could still be heard. We got this podcast. This shit was just a fucking fantasy. Me talking bullshit with this nigga on the phone. Look at us now. This was a fucking dream. We making moves. We got international viewers all over the fucking world. I'm not just saying the country, the fucking world. India, South Korea, Ghana, South Africa, Germany, Russia,
China.
If you have a voice, it's podcast.
That's a fact. Like, and with this podcast, we don't do like people be like, oh, why you can't ask us why we interviewing nobody. We interviewing people because everybody got a voice. You feel me? And I wanted to interview Basir because I feel like he's an intelligent brother and he got a lot to express. And we on the podcast, and I definitely feel like he definitely have a lot of knowledge. You know what I mean? Definitely be reading a lot of books. And, you know what I mean? Stay focused. You know what I mean? Definitely. So I definitely appreciate you for coming out. Definitely just jumping on the joint with us. You feel me? Because you helping us with our dream. You feel me? You know what I mean? Just interviewing you. You feel me? You definitely give us some real good perspective on life. Everything that's
some
going
good
on.
content. Like,
Definitely good content. And we definitely working together. You feel me? We growing together. No, definitely. He came through with the red, black, and green. Black power all day. You feel me? I'm definitely with it. Because that's where I was raised. That's how I was raised.
That's
you
a
feel me?
fact.
There's always black power before everything. You feel me? If you ain't with black power, then you ain't with the real shit. Because that's how we was raised, man. And
That's
not to say we going
definitely a
against
fact.
nobody else. But there's always black power. We always represent that red, that black, and that green. Real talk. That's real talk. You feel me? Word.
Definitely a fact.
One thing, if I can touch on it, is red, black, and green can open doors and close it.
Yeah.
But the ones that are closed aren't the ones you need to go to. Some people focus on that shit.
That's because they don't know no better. There's a lot of us brainwashed, so that's what they think. They think that's the way to go. But if you keep true to yourself, you don't gotta worry about none of that. You feel me?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to teach people. Like, people think it's all about trying to impress somebody. No, nigga, impress yourself. Make yourself happy. Oh, I did this today. I did that today. You feel me? That's gonna make other people, you know what I mean, impressed. If you're trying to just impress people, you always gonna lose track because you worry about somebody else. You feel me? Not saying that there's always got. When you worry about somebody else, you can always help people. We always gotta help people. But if you just trying to impress somebody, you gonna have a problem. You feel me? Real talk. Like I said, impress yourself. That's real shit. Word.
That's definitely a fact.
But yo, my man Barry had a question. And I mean, we want to get into that. You feel me?
Yeah. I want to talk about like snitches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's different levels of snitching.
Okay.
But I feel like snitching is snitching. Even if like you snitching on somebody for doing some shit, or if like your man used to be mad cool with somebody, and then he starts snitching on you, telling them shit that you did, because y'all niggas not talking.
So you want me to start off with the question, or you, or who want to start off with the question?
You.
I feel like it's levels to snitching. You feel me? You can say snitching is a street code to snitching, and then it's a regular code to snitching where it's not really street. You really can't combine the two. And I'm gonna give an example. Now, if you on the street and niggas commit a murder or robbery or whatever such, anything illegal, and niggas get locked up and niggas start talking, we don't allow that kind of snitching.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying if you had a job, say if you had a job, and say you got a supervisor or a manager that's always riding you, always on your back, threatening you to get fired, but you know they can't fire you, but they threaten to fire you. Are you gonna go to higher ups to talk to them? Cause that's a form of snitching too. Are you gonna go to higher ups talk to them about it, or you just gonna deal with the constant pressure of her coming at you or him coming at you at work?
It's like
Huh?
If I can interject real quick.
Go ahead.
It's like this. Snitching on the street is snitching.
Yeah.
If you're on the street and you're in that life, that's snitching.
Mm-hmm.
Because you knew what you signed up for.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers sign a contract when they get into anything.
Yeah.
So you know that it's life or death, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But in the business sense, to go up to someone above your head to talk about an issue that's not getting resolved through the person that's supposed to be your superior, that's not snitching. That's getting what's correctly. That's getting what's yours.
That's
because
a fact.
that shows initiative. Because sometimes they can be testing you to see if you got the know-how to deal with a situation. Because most motherfuckers hold that shit in and then they do terribly on the job.
That's a fact.
Because now that person forcing you out the door.
That's a fact.
A phalanx is like what the Romans used to use. They build more. Every time somebody step forward, another. They push you out the door. That's how they do it. So, being wise to what's what and what to say and what not to say is a totally different story. Some shit, you talk about. You talking about what? If you talk about women shit with men, you understand, in a form of fashion, like when you just having a conversation, or just talk about random shit in life, and you on a job. You understand? Niggas can look at that like snitching too.
Yeah, and that's what you want to get into.
Yeah.
With as far as your man telling your girl something or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a wicked kind of snitching.
Your man telling your girl
something, yeah, and it's not snitching. That's on some form of kind of where the street shit is at.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like to me, that's like the same level of snitching.
So what's the question again? Your man what?
No, like say, for instance, you see how we say snitching like to police. You know what I mean? It's snitching and niggas not with that. Now just say a nigga, your man knows some shit about you, and he tell your girl something about you. Do you consider that like a same kind of form of snitching? Like some shit that he know to go against how your girl feel about you.
That's none of your business.
Exactly. So is that a form of snitching or
that is a form of snitching? Because men don't. I mean, just morally. Yeah. It's an African saying: when you try to break someone down, you break yourself. It's an African proverb. So it's just like, nah. What can I gain from that? What can we gain from that as a people? Because that's just another group of individuals who don't like each other now because they didn't think shit clearly.
That's a fact.
So it's a lot, man, when it comes to shit like that. But me personally, I don't know, man. Like,
So I got a question. Oh, not to cut you. Go ahead.
If you know you in something, you know what I'm saying? Just mind your business. You know what you're there for. When you're doing anything, you know what you're there for. So to talk about another nigga, you know what I'm saying, is a little weird.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So what you think about 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine, you see he cooling out. You don't see him anymore. He under them white boys, man, I believe. Because, look how they got him out there wearing the emblems and things like that. He not happy. He not happy. He know what he did.
I'm going to tell you about 6ix9ine. My problem with him is he's a rat bastard. And I'm not just saying he's a rat bastard because he snitched to the feds. Yeah, he's a rat bastard because he snitched to the feds. But not only that, he snitched to the feds. He created a lot of bullshit for niggas to do. And not to say niggas is dumb, but I'm going to be honest, niggas is not dumb. Niggas need money. Niggas is broke. Not even saying broke, but niggas want to make more money. So when they see an opportunity, they run with it. And fucking with a nigga like 6ix9ine will always get you in trouble. Because you got to see the red flags from the door. When I seen a nigga with rainbow hair, not saying nothing wrong with people who fuck with the rainbow, but when I seen a nigga with rainbow hair, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing with a bunch of bloods? You feel me? And that's just my opinion. I'm like, something is weird about the situation. And I ain't gonna lie. Once I seen the bloods rocking with him, that made me start kind of fucking with him. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, oh, he lit. He not no weird nigga. Then
I used to work out to a lot of his music and shit because it get you hyped.
But then the indictment come, you start telling very next day, now I understand your life is in danger, but you should have thought about that when you wanted to be in the public and you doing all this crazy, wild, random shit, getting niggas in the shit. you not even lifting a finger. You not getting
That's a
touched
fact.
because niggas not letting you get touched. You can say whatever you want, but you try to separate yourself from people without giving them they just do. You want to get away from people, so you like a rat. You go do what you do, then you fucking bite niggas, do whatever you do, then you crawl in your little hole. You feel me? That's where he at right now. He in his little hole. You feel me? He can say whatever he want, no matter where he at in life. He don't gotta be worried, but that boy scared for his life. He gotta be. You got that much nigga. You don't know your enemies, so you gotta be careful. You gotta move cautiously. Just so happens, say what? Oh, nobody want to listen to 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine can't get no more money no more. What's gonna happen? You fucked your life.
Yeah.
You not no gangster. Niggas, if niggas see you by yourself, niggas will slap shit out of you. I know that for a fact. I promise you, bro. I know niggas ready to slap Holy Grail out that nigga. You feel me? But
That's a fact.
nigga, he out there doing what he do. So, ain't nigga, it's just like a nigga like Whack 100. I ain't gonna get too deep on him, but a lot of shit that he be doing is cowardly. You feel me? Not saying that he's the coward, because I don't know too much about him. I don't got, you know what I mean? But he do, like dealing with 6ix9ine, trying to get money with niggas. You doing the most. You feel me? You doing the most. You feel me? I just not fucking with niggas, bro. That's just me. You feel me?
Yeah, that's definitely a fact. Yeah.
But yeah, man, snitching.
Fuck
man,
that nigga.
Snitching come in different forms, but
Snitching.
if you doing something on the nigga, if you trying to get a nigga under somewhere, whether it's his relationship or under the jail, you's a fucking rat bastard. You feel me?
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Man. But yeah, man, we just chilling, man.
I'm high as
People
hell.
been hitting me up though, asking me when we gonna get some more of the Barry season and all that, cause they been asking about it. They been asking me.
It was around February.
February.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So we gonna.
Because it takes about 4 to 8 weeks, like about 2 months for it to come through.
Yeah. So they been asking.
It's on the way.
They been looking. Have you had some of that?
Nah, I haven't.
Oh yeah, you gotta get some Mr. Barry season.
That shit you ever had.
I'm guilty of not having it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Best shit you ever had.
Gotta get you some Mr. Barry season.
Put that shit on everything you cook, right? I remember like the first interview we had when we went to your crib, and you was telling me about all the spices and all this other shit and the good shit for you. Like I already had the recipe down pat, and like that shit like kind of motivated me to get my shit on some real shit. That shit was crazy. Like, and now everybody eating it. It's like the best shit everybody had. This shit is like some good shit.
Word. Niggas fucking with that. Word, man. But anybody you want to say, anybody you want to shout out before we, you know what I mean? We get up out of here.
I just want to shout out, everyone that's been there in the journey with me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's helped me get to where I'm at. I made a few people unhappy. I can be honest, but I was just being me.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality of it is I'm learning what relationships are when it comes to this Black Power thing. You understand? Because we got to know how to talk to one another. And, a lot of times we think we know something, myself being guilty of it. You play your own, you think you're playing a good card, but you're playing a sucker card because you don't know enough. So I'm realizing that I got a long way to go in this journey of Black Power. So I want to, give a shout out to everyone that's been patient with me and that's been building with me on the platform that, I've been allowed to stand on from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Respect. Yo, I want to say, shout out to your man Rick Ross. I seen him in the Frontline Millionaire sweatsuit.
Word.
You know what I mean? Definitely shout out to my boy. Definitely good looking. We appreciate the love.
That's definitely a fact. Shout out to Rick Ross.
Word, man. But we gonna jump up out of here, man. We gotta go pay some bills. You know how it go. Man, shout out to the LF podcast. We definitely the most illest, most realest podcast alive. We want to shout out our sponsors, Frontline Millionaires, where you get your Frontline Millionaires gear at www.frontlinemillionaires.shop.
Also sponsored by I'm Different and It's Okay by Stephanie_Kia, 684 on Instagram. Just click the link in the bio.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.